Welcome. In this masterclass, we're exploring a question that I think sits at the heart of every helping profession. What distinguishes an exceptional practitioner? Because most people who enter this work genuinely want to help. They care about people. They want to make a difference. And yet, as important as that is, caring alone doesn't determine the quality of our practice. So during our time together, I'd like us to look beyond good intentions and explore what professional capability actually requires. So there's an assumption that sits quietly beneath almost every helping profession. It's rarely examined. In fact, it's often celebrated. And the assumption is this: if you genuinely care about people, you'll naturally be good at helping them. It sounds compassionate. It sounds admirable. It even sounds logical. The problem is, it isn't true. Not because caring is unimportant, quite the opposite. Compassion is essential. Empathy is essential. Respect is essential. Without them, helping professions lose their humanity. But caring has never been the professional standard. It has always been the starting point. They're not the same thing. The desire to help explains why we enter this profession. Professional capability determines how well we fulfill that responsibility. And that distinction really matters because almost everyone wants to help. Parents want to help their children. Teachers want to help their students. Managers want to help their teams. Friends want to help one another. The desire to help isn't unusual, it's deeply human. So, if caring is common, what distinguishes an exceptional practitioner? Let's explore that. If good intentions were enough, every parent would instinctively know exactly what their child needed. Every teacher would reach every student. Every manager would build exceptional teams. Every coach would facilitate lasting change. Every therapist would produce outstanding outcomes. Human experience tells us something different. People with extraordinary intentions can still misunderstand, misjudge, overstep, miss important information, or unintentionally create outcomes they never wanted, not because they lacked integrity, because helping another human being is more complex than simply caring about them. That's why every helping profession has standards of competency, standards of ethics, standards of supervision, and standards of continuing professional development. Now, those standards don't exist because compassion is unimportant. They exist because compassion alone has never guaranteed a good outcome. So let's test that idea another way. Imagine someone that you love needs open heart surgery. Would you choose the surgeon who cared the most, or the surgeon who combined genuine compassion with exceptional professional capability? Most people can answer that immediately, not because they value competence more than kindness, but because they understand that competence protects kindness. Without competence, good intentions can produce poor outcomes. Medicine understands this, aviation understands this, engineering understands this, law understands this. Helping professions should understand it too. And this is where I think our profession sometimes does itself a disservice. We celebrate passion, we celebrate purpose, We celebrate the desire to make a difference, and we absolutely should. But if that's where the conversation ends, we unintentionally suggest that wanting to help and being equipped to help are equivalent, and they're not. One explains motivation, the other determines outcomes. Professional capability is what transforms compassionate intention into responsible action. So, what is professional capability? I would define it like this. Professional capability is the consistent ability to make ethical, appropriate, and effective decisions in the service of another human being within the limits of our competency. Now, notice what isn't in that definition: technique, knowledge, qualification. Now, all of those contribute to professional capability. None of them are professional capability, because professional capability is demonstrated through decision making, not possession. And that brings us to a challenge that every profession is now facing. For most of human history, information was scarce. Access to knowledge was limited, books were expensive, research took time, expertise was difficult to find. One of the greatest challenges professionals faced was finding reliable information. Today we face a very different challenge. Information is abundant. Expert opinion is abundant. Personal opinion is really abundant. Advice is abundant. Content is abundant. Artificial intelligence can generate thousands of words in seconds. Social media delivers an endless stream of certainty. So the challenge is no longer access. The challenge is discernment. And not because information has become less valuable, but because information without discernment can be profoundly misleading. Discernment is the ability to evaluate information critically, to distinguish between evidence and opinion, to recognize the limits of our own knowledge, and to acknowledge uncertainty where uncertainty exists, and to make thoughtful, ethical decisions despite complexity. Artificial intelligence hasn't created that responsibility, it has amplified it. Because when information can be generated in seconds, the ability to critically evaluate that information becomes one of the defining capabilities of an ethical practitioner. Artificial intelligence can produce remarkably useful information. It can also produce inaccurate information, incomplete information, outdated information, information presented with unwarranted confidence. That isn't a criticism of artificial intelligence. Every source of information has limitations. Books have limitation. Research has limitation. Teachers have limitation. Human memory has limitation. The question has never been whether a source is perfect. The question is whether the professional has developed the discernment to evaluate what they are reading before deciding what to do with it. Now, knowledge answers the question, what do I know? Discernment asks, can I trust this? Professional judgment asks, given everything I know, what is the most appropriate course of action for this person at this moment within my scope of practice? Those are three very different capabilities. Information can be retrieved. Knowledge can be acquired. Discernment must be developed. And professional judgment must be cultivated. And I think that changes the way that we think about professional development. The goal isn't simply to accumulate more knowledge. Knowledge matters. It always will. But knowledge on its own has never been the defining characteristic of an exceptional practitioner. As information becomes increasingly abundant, the qualities that distinguish exceptional practitioners become increasingly human. Discernment, judgment, ethical reasoning, professional presence, the ability to think critically in the face of complexity, the ability to recognize not only what can be done, but what should be done for this person at this moment within the boundaries of our competency. If that sounds like a very different conversation from simply collecting techniques, I believe it is, because techniques matter, knowledge matters, training matters, experience matters, but none of those in isolation determines the quality of our practice. What matters is what we are able to do with them when another human being is sitting in front of us. Can we recognize what we know and what we don't? Can we evaluate the information available to us rather than simply accept it? Can we remain curious when the answer isn't immediately obvious? Can we recognize the limits of our own competence? And can we make ethical, appropriate, and effective professional decision for this person in this moment? Because that's where professional capability becomes visible. Not in what we can recite, not in the number of techniques that we know, not in the certificates hanging on the wall, but in the quality of the decisions we make when another human being entrusts us with something that matters deeply to them. So perhaps the question that we began with, what distinguishes an exceptional practitioner? Maybe it doesn't have a simple answer. It is compassion and competence, knowledge and discernment, confidence and humility, the ability to act and the judgment to know when not to. And perhaps exceptional practice isn't something we finally arrive at. Perhaps it's something we continue to develop every time we're willing to question what we know, to reflect on the decisions that we make, and remain committed to becoming more capable of serving the person in front of us. That is professional capability. And that is the standard I believe our clients deserve. And before we finish, I'd like to leave you with one final invitation. As you move through your own professional practice, become curious about the decisions that you're making. Not only what do I know, but how do I know? What might I be missing? What else could be true? And ultimately, what is the most ethical, appropriate, and effective decision that I can make for this person in front of me? Because professional capability isn't something that we demonstrate once. It's something we continue to develop through learning, experience, reflection, and a willingness to keep examining the quality of our own thinking. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that this masterclass has given you something to reflect upon, and perhaps a different way of thinking about what it really means to become an exceptional practitioner. I'm Jen from Anchorage, and thank you for joining me.